relevance of maths in everyday life. And I'm going to be asking people in the shopping mall what their opinion is really about mathematics.
My name is Marian Tholi. I'm 13 years old and I love to draw. So as you can see from these two paintings, one is smaller than the other. My auntie saw this painting and she really liked it, so she wanted me to draw a bigger one. So that's where proportion comes in, because I had to double everything I did here onto here. I also started off by using one big circle and one small circle at the bottom. This was just to like structure the face, then I could add the details later. I also used a triangle for the nose because nose looks like a triangle anyway. The first part, when I started painting, I didn't really think of maths to be quite involved in this, but as I realised, like, I had a bigger insight and I realised that maths really was involved.
Down there, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's just, we wouldn't use it really in our trade, so Leanne?
What?
Maths, like...
To be honest, we use measurements and stuff when it comes to, obviously, cutting dogs, we use measurements, and I'll leave it in millimetres.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got millimetres here, and you also have inches as well. So that's how we do it. Some people are coming and say I want half an inch off, I want the dog to be an inch all over. That's how customers do it. They tend to do it in inches rather than millimetres.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're having a nice time there.
Woman comes for her scan. Some women don't even remember when their last period was. They can't keep track of the calculations and stuff. So when they come to us, just by measuring the baby, like we've got an image here, just by measuring the baby, it gives us the gestational age of how old the pregnancy is. During the delivery of the baby, when the woman goes into labour, we don't know exactly what causes, what starts labour, but we know that the cervix begins to dilate, the cervix begins to open. So it opens up, it first of all opens to 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres, and then it gets to a point where you just see a very tiny bit of the cervix, which is, you see a very tiny rim left, that's 9 centimetres. And then when this tiny rim vanishes away, then the cervix is fully dilated, the baby is actually ready to come, the woman starts to feel the urge to push. So as a midwife, you really do have to understand what 4 centimetres feels like, what 8 centimetres, you need to be able to know so that you can be able to encourage the woman when to start pushing. When the woman gets to the point where she's actually pushing, we see that it's so important that the baby is in the right position, because usually the baby's head should be flexed, so the chin is just touching the baby's chest, and you have the smallest diameter of the baby's head trying to come out. That's how it should be. In some deliveries where it's quite prolonged, it could be because the baby is not in the appropriate position, and so you have the widest diameter. For example, in case of a face presentation where the baby's face is coming out rather than the vertex, the face presentation has a very wide diameter. Or some babies come out, their heads are flexed backwards, extended, and that's the widest part of the diameter trying to come out. It will take a long, in fact, it will be a very prolonged labor.
My name is Melissa and I'm a makeup artist. I've always seen makeup as both an art and a science. An art simply because there's a lot of variations of colors and textures involved, but also a science as I am constantly thinking about the dimensions of the face, the proportions, the symmetry and quantities of products I will be applying on the client's face. Personally, I go by the law of thirds when doing makeup. And that's simply because a human face is a three-dimensional subject, and we are constantly thinking about how to make it symmetrical.
sheets, and the only kind of maths that we do is just measuring out metre lengths. We sell ribbon and fabric by the metre, and counting stuff into packets to sell. So there's certain number of items in one pack that we sell, and that's pretty much it. Anything on this first table here, an individual bead is 20p each, and then if you want a bit more, you can fill a certain size bag for a certain amount. And that's I think that's pretty much it.
My name is Bola Ogudeji. I am a human resources consultant by profession. I use the concept of mathematics or my mathematical knowledge to calculate things such as annual leave for staff, salary surveys, pension and turnover, recruitment analysis. When I am presenting data to my senior management team, I use my knowledge of mathematics to present data in a way that is useful and in a way that the audience would understand. So I use my mathematical knowledge to create graphs, charts, and also to analyze data. In calculating salaries, I would use my knowledge of mathematics to actually prorata salaries. I also use my mathematical knowledge in doing things such as salary survey or salary...
My name's Alan and I work at Partica as a sales assistant. At the moment, the way in which maths is incorporated into the company is in administration. So things like cash flow, KPIs and other administrative numerical things as well. As you can see in the layout of the shop, everything has to be quite symmetrical, just because everything looks more appealing to customers. So here, and the costumes as well. Okay. Also, in terms of using the cash in the till as well, we need to count the cash in and out. We need to update the flow as well. And yeah, I think that's round about it.
Hi, I'm James. I'm a estate agent in lettings. The maths we use, obviously when we try and work out a security deposit, we have a rental amount and we have to work out what the 6-week figure will be. When we say 6 weeks, unfortunately it's not 1 month and a half. We have to work it out by times in the monthly rent by 12, dividing that by 52 weeks because of 2 weeks in a year. We times that by 6, which is 6 weeks security deposit. So we use obviously multiplication division. When we try and work out how much the rent has gone up over the year, we would then
I'm very bad in mathematics.
Yeah.
Like this.
When you're cooking, do you cook?
No, I'm very bad at that.
When you, let me think of what you do. What's your favorite thing that you like to do then?
Eating.
Eating. Okay. When you're eating and you're taking the food, do you think of how much quantity you're going to take, or you're just going to pile it on the plate?
Just having.
Yeah, but sometimes you might not want to have so much. That's you calculating, isn't it?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
See?